What happens if Gaia BH1, the closest black hole to Earth, swallows our planet? Wait, what do you mean it can't swallow it? Scientists say this black hole is as far away from us as the distance to a backyard behind a house. And this black hole is twice as close as Gaia BH2, the previous closest black hole ever discovered to Earth. Okay, there is a black hole this close to us, and the vast majority of people aren't even aware of it. That seemed very strange to me. It even felt as if it was wrong, as if this was something we needed to talk about more. That's why today, we're going to examine this topic in depth. We're asking the question that nobody would want to answer at a dinner table. What happens if a black hole really swallows the Earth? First of all, let's make sure we all agree on what a black hole actually is. I know, you've heard this hundreds of times, but bear with me for 30 seconds, because the real definition is much cooler than what's written in textbooks. A black hole is not a hole. It's not an empty space either. In fact, it is the exact opposite of empty space. It is an unimaginable amount of matter compressed into an impossibly small point. We're talking about something that began its life as a star with 10, 20, or even 100 times the mass of our sun, and then collapsed into itself. So imagine taking the entire sun and compressing it down to the size of a city. That is exactly what we call a stellar mass black hole. And what about Gaia BH1? It is exactly that kind of object, a stellar mass black hole. It has roughly 10 times the mass of our sun, and it sits approximately 1,560 light years away from us. Now, before you say, okay, but 1,560 light years sounds really far away, I need to stop you for a moment. Yes, it is far away. 1 light year is approximately 9.5 trillion kilometers. So yes, Gaia BH1 is not going to show up tomorrow and catch us while we're sitting on the toilet. But, and this is a very big but, when we think on a cosmic scale, it is practically our next door neighbor. The Milky Way galaxy is about 100,000 light years across from one end to the other. Gaia BH1 is only 1,560 light years away, and that is a distance that should genuinely be taken seriously. When I was in university, I took an astronomy class, and I remember very clearly the first time our professor explained escape velocity to us. He asked the class, if you simply jumped, what would it take to escape Earth's gravity? Someone in the back replied, really strong legs. Our professor said, 40,000 kilometers per hour. That's exactly the speed your strong legs would need. For a black hole, however, this escape velocity exceeds even the speed of light. Once you cross the boundary we call the event horizon, nothing, not a spaceship, not a radio signal, not even light itself, can travel fast enough to get back out. It is the point of no return. And that name, event horizon, it is genuinely one of the most poetic terms in the entire history of physics. No event that occurs beyond that line can ever be communicated to you again. In everyday life, if you can see things moving and observe the passage of time, it is related to light interacting with matter. But because light cannot escape from black holes, time will appear to come to a complete stop, and nothing will seem to be moving at all.